All right, gang, it is I, Carlton Flowers, your crypto pro.
Yay!
And today I need to update you on overall market conditions as it relates to Bitcoin and the alts and what direction that we are headed. Of course, this is definitely not financial advice. If you're one of these goobers out here that's looking for somebody to give exact predictions and tell you how you can make millions overnight because someone out there knows what the exact prices that these alts and Bitcoin are going to move to, well, you got the wrong channel, so get lost. All right. That being said, today's update is very important. Pay attention, especially the 10 new people that are waiting in line to get into the private group for 50 USDT per month. I have a special announcement, something I am adding of value to the private group, and you're going to like this, and this comes by request. Now, looking at the Bitcoin chart, we are on the one-day chart. We see a slumping stochastic, right? Here it is, moving downwards. We're at the midpoint where we're coming out of the overbought zone and headed towards the oversold zone. Now, what I've been stressing, and if you've been watching my videos and paying attention, I always tell you, you never, ever buy anything when this stochastic is up there. You only buy when the stochastic is down here. And then you can always tell what the general trend is, if it's floating up or floating down, by looking at the corresponding price to the stochastic peaks and valleys. So in other words, let's do this real quick, and then we're going to get on to XCN and Swift and look how the Bitcoin price and the trend is affecting those two projects. Here's a peak of the stochastic. There is a price peak. Now, the previous peak was here, and it was lower. So you see that it was moving up. That's an uptrend. The next peak on the stochastic, which was lower, returned a higher peak. Now, that's what you call a divergence. A divergence occurs when the price is going up, but when you connect the dots of the stochastic peak, they're going down. It's interesting. When you see these divergences, it means something is about to happen. You're going to have a strong break to the upside or the downside. Now, moving on, looking at the other peaks, here's a peak, here's a lower high. Here is a lower peak, but then here's a higher high. So this is messy. I can't tell you which way that this is going to break out, and I'm going to give you a 50-50 shot. Now, you can see that I have made this descending green line right here because we noticed that it was resistance, then we plowed through. Now it might end up support when we come back to this volume node that magically intersects the point of control price on the VPVR, volume profile visible range. So if Bitcoin goes down to $97,000, we might see the price jump off of this and shoot up. We also might see the price fail that line and shoot down. And if we do, a correction is in order. Overall, it looks like the price is slightly heading downward, right? You see these peaks? We just, hang on a second. Let me get the line tool. There we go. Look at the peaks here going up and down. This is indeterminate. Right now, we're kind of overall just slightly moving down, but what you can call this for 100% sure, this is a consolidation move, all centered around this big fat volume cluster on the VPVR. See this big cluster here? Price is staying there. Whenever the price bounces around within this same range of this VPVR right here, that is a consolidation move. The consolidation move is the buildup for the breakout. And right now, as I told you, I don't know if it's going to go up or down. I'll have to wait. I don't have a crystal ball. I can just tell you that something big is about to happen. Okay? So the stochastic is slumping, and then we also have one little bearish indicator downstairs on the MACD. See the oscillators here? They just crossed over. That's a bearish cross. Why? It's because the blue fast line just crossed over the slower orange line, and then we're also printing red bars on the histogram. See that? They're below the zero line. Now the good news is this is a consolidation move where you see the peaks and the troughs here on the histogram. They get smaller and smaller. See, we're winding up, coiling up to that zero line, and then we get a point where volatility takes over, and then we'll start to see the variance like this again. That's how it goes. It goes in waves. All right. So this action is settling down. We see the overall peaks of the MACD oscillators moving downward. That says that pretty soon it's going to get sick and tired of settling down, and it's either going to go boom or it's going to go boom. All right. And we'll have to wait and watch and see where that plays out. Now, on the 1 week chart for Bitcoin, we can see we're already up here in the oversold zone, or overbought zone, rather. And we can see downstairs on the MACD that we almost had a crossover, but it flattened out. It looks like the stochastic is returning to the overbought zone. Will it go up from here or down? Well, it almost looks like a bull flag. Let me tell you what's possible. Here's a flagpole, right? Okay, let's use the line tool. Here's your flagpole, and we're going to make ourselves a lovely little flag there. Would you look at that? A flag. What happens in a flag is we bounce around, and when we get to the end of the flag, we explode. So here's a possibility. I'm not saying that this will happen, but this is how flags work. We could either bounce down and then all of a sudden get to the bottom of this flagpole, and then boom, right there. Sound like John Madden there. Boom. What you have here is a breakout right there at the bottom. Boom. Price explodes right off the bat. So that's the first possibility. And the second possibility is that price doesn't even make it, too far down, and we get to the top of the flag, and then all of a sudden, boom. Same thing. But I definitely think that this flag will be respected. In other words, the price is not going to fall out of the bottom of this flag. All right. I think that there could be a base here right at that purple line. Notice I drew this purple line a long time ago, and magically it's right there at the base of the flag. Interesting how that works, isn't it? And I can tell you that based on this flagpole, we may not go below 89,000. Now, if we do fail it and my flag is drawn wrong, it could go to this orange ascending line at 84. All right? Time will tell. Let's not worry about that. That's coming up in the future, and the chart will play out, and we'll make our determinations on what to do once it has played out. Okay, so that's Bitcoin. Now I'm going to go to our two favorite altcoins right now that are both available on Coinbase Exchange. The first is XCN, then we're going to do Swift, and then I'm going to tell you about the new thing I'm adding to the paid member group. And I tell you what, I'm excited about it, okay? So here's XCN. Strong move up. This is very nice. It almost looks like we're making a flag similar to Bitcoin. So let's just see if we could draw us a nice little flagpole here. Here's our pole. And let's just make a nice little flag there. Would you look at that? A flag. So we could bounce around in this flag. And I might be wrong about where the limits of the flag are. It could be down here. Something like that. But whatever the case, we have a nice strong move up. We're back at 3.6 cents. I'm in the green. I bought in at 3.3 cents. And I'm going to swing trade it. I'm going to sell it probably before this move is over. And those of you who are in the private group, you're going to know exactly when I sell. So unlike the people that get all butt hurt and bent out of shape every time you make a move contrary to them holding forever because things can only go straight up, I swing trade. If I sell this, I'll buy it back as soon as it corrects because, of course, once you have a major spike up like this one, and you get to the all-time high, and everybody says, XCN will never go back down ever again. That's what they always say. And then it, of course, corrects, and it went all the way back down to, what, 2.7 cents? I'd love to say I told you so. Well, I just did. So, I told you so. All right, I'm sorry. I'm just having fun. I'm not making fun of the little keyboard warriors who love to troll me in the comments. Troll on, guys. Have your fun. But I was right. So anyway, the purpose of swing trading, guys, is making money. I'm not married to this stuff. I don't know the developers and XCN. I'm not going to be wearing XCN shirts and flying XCN flags and saying XCN is going to free the world. I mean, come on. We're not here to save the dadgum manatees. We're here to make money, or at least I am. If y'all want to get XCN tattoos and save the dadgum manatees, hey, to each his own. But my purpose is to buy at high points, or I'm sorry, sell at high points like this, and then I turn right around and I buy at low points, like this, and then you bag the difference between the two. That's the whole point. Okay, now let's back this chart off and look at the 4-hour. Nice strong move up, and this box of resistance and support, we could have a support level at the top of the box. And once we come back down and we touch on the 50 EMA, which magically is going to come up and intersect the top of that box. Again, isn't it amazing how these things work out? Well, it could be a support. And if not, then we're definitely going to test the 200 EMA. Well, there's your answer to what's going to happen soon on XCN. You heard it from me. So here are the choices. We sail up, and then after the next correction, well, which happened? Because they always correct. What goes up must come down, and then the general trend will be up overall, but it's going to come down again. We're going to check to see what happens when we get to the 50 EMA. Oops, let me make that a line. Here's the 50 EMA right there. And our two choices of what could happen is we bounce off of it as support, or we fail it as resistance. And then if it is, my clicking ain't working today. If it's resistance, then we're going to come down to this baseline of this box and check to see if that is supported. And I think with this big fat volume node right here, it could be support. All right. So that's your projection of what's going to happen with XCN. All right. And then we have this major crossover here. You see this right here on the 4-hour stochastic? Oops. Let's get a circle. Why is this thing not clicking on my dadgum tools? All right. When that crosses over, we get another hump up. What are we waiting to see on the next stochastic cycle? We are waiting to see how far up this surge will go. We're waiting to see after this crossover how far up this cycle will go. Will it make a lower high, or will it make a higher high? If this rolls over before it gets as high as this one, and if this rolls over and we end up with a lower high, here's the high point. If we end up rolling over with a lower high, then we're going to confirm a downtrend for the micro. And it could confirm that we are in a consolidation period. And that's not a bad thing. What is a consolidation period? It means price winds up, coils up, and we end up making this long wedge. So price will coil up, right? We bounce around, and then when we get to the edge, after enough consolidation has taken place, what happens next? You guessed it. Boom! John Madden time. We break out. What you got right here? You get to the end, and this guy breaks through the line, and boom, we get a touchdown. So we're looking for the touchdown at the end of that consolidation move. All right? Now, I'm not saying that's definitely how it's going to play out. All I'm trying to tell you is that we have to go by what the chart is presenting us to make an educated guess. This is gambling, guys. And if you don't accept that this is gambling, you don't need to be in crypto. Educated gambling. Now let's move on to Swift, and then we're going to be done. There is an important message that I have for you. And I want you to go back and watch my last two videos that I did on Swiftcoin when I talked about market structure. And I want you to see how beautifully it played out. Oh my gosh, this is fantastic, guys. What I told you 2 videos ago when we had this all-time high is that we could possibly create a new base level and market support based on the high of the previous run. And look at that. Would ya? Look at that. It did exactly that. Now, I got nervous for a minute because when we had that correction right there, we broke into the previous base level. And that was okay because it didn't last long. So this was market structure. Because once we dipped once, we dipped twice, we exploded out of that and made a new all-time high at 3.3 cents. Now, I think we have established market structure of this previous high, which now, this looks like nothing, man. This previous high that was at 1.5 cents, it was at 1.4 cents. That just looks like child's play compared to where we've been. It went up triple from that point. I mean, double. It doubled, more than doubled, and now we're correcting. And so based on the video we did 2 videos ago, if we correct it all the way back down to this level that used to look really high, we have established some fantastic market structure where we could this could be the new base, and then boom, that next move. And that's if we get down that low, because right now I don't know if it's going to get down that far because we got a huge green doji candle. Look that up, kids. Look up what a doji candle is, and this is a green doji. That is a point of decision where we're going to find out, do we go, oops, there it goes again, the click tool not working. We're going to find out from the doji if it's going to explode up or if it's going to go down. Going down is not bad. That's consolidation. All right? And either way, it's all good. If it goes down, I'm going to buy more if we head back down to that previous market structure base. Okay? So this is beautiful. Swiftcoin is one of the easiest charts to read. That's why I'm playing it. Okay? So enough of that. That's Swiftcoin, and that's XCN. Post if you're holding XCN and Swiftcoin. Post in the comments if this TA has been helpful to you. And of course, we're going to get the knobheads who say, he talked for 10 minutes and didn't say nothing. Well, if your IQ is so high you get nothing from this, then just go away and just leave us alone. Let us be. All right, now let's talk about the private group. I have some announcements to make about the private member group. You can join and become a private member at 50 USDT per month and click the link in the description, which will take you to the explainer page and give you some basics about how to send your 50 USDT to me. Now, what I have listed out in that information page is what you get from being a member. What are you buying? Well, you're buying the time and effort that I spend on researching this stuff and the time and effort I spend on giving you the alerts in the private group. Now, we've got lots of updates in the private group. And when you jump in there, you can see everything I'm doing. You have access to all my buying and selling activity. And then I will let you know the projects that I'm looking at that meet the criteria. I used to have a group on Telegram. It was called the Crypto Pro Research Group, and it had strict rules about using a specific action plan for digging up small cap gems where you could make 100x to 500x gains. And people weren't abiding by the rules. They were spamming the group. They weren't going through the steps, and they were just asking about every stupid crap coin scam project out there and want me to do all the work and to tell them if it's a good buy. I abandoned the group because it did not work. So the paid group, this is working better because I can depend on my own research, and some people just want to know the answer. So I'm like, great. If you join the private group, you are paying for my time. And I charge a price because of my opportunity cost. This takes away from my engineering consulting business, my body shop, my marketing business, everything else that I do. So I have to make money to do this, but it is worth your money because I'm going to save you from having to spend hours a night of researching this stuff. Now, the announcement. Here is the announcement. In addition to the information that I already mentioned, I'm going to add training materials to the private member group. Someone has asked if I'm ever going to do a video course on trading, and I said that yes, I'm going to do that in the future. But for right now, I tell you what, I'm going to let everyone in the private group have access to any training videos that I produce where you can be my guinea pigs and let me know how good it is, and you're not going to pay any extra for that. And then in the future, I'll make a course. I'll set a price of around $250. I'll take on 10 people at a time to go through a course, which will include live training and then videos that are pre-done and then a question and answer session. All right. But for now, everybody that joins the group, you're going to get that. And you'll be my guinea pigs. You'll be able to join for free. So click the links in the description below for more information how to join. Welcome new member Carl. Yay! Carl just jumped in the group. He is ready to rock and roll with the other folks that have jumped in. And to the 10 people that just filled out the form, get back with me today. I'm going to be unleashing some stuff, information for the private group. Let me pull up my list of what the stuff is. All right, here we go. We're going to be unleashing my AI agent pick. We have a new base meme coin pick. I have a base chain trading explainer. And then, of course, the TI training. That's coming up in the next day or two. So if you want that, get on board now. I have the instructions on how to submit your money, and then I'll get you straight. I will add you to the Telegram private group. Anyone else, you are welcome to join the free Telegram group, the Crypto Pro Telegram channel. Link is in the description below. Jump on that. I will keep you posted. Check in the comments, and let's get this crypto, guys, and make these gains. That's all I got for now. This is Carlton, and I am out.